Pastor on the beat, let's get it.
From the Domination Gaming Crew back at it again. Today I'm really happy to bring you my update for Enel. A lot of people be asking on the comments and from the community. This is my update for EB01. I'll be testing for days, hours on the sim, my locals, with the homies, with the brother Kobe Sierra, grinding against different matchups. And today I'm gonna be show you the cards in a different order that we usually do because I wanna go in depth my reason behind my take choices, and I'm going to tell you how I approach the meta matchups. If you have any matchups that we didn't mention in this video today, feel free to comment and let us know, and I can give you my thought process and my feedback against those matchups that probably we didn't mention here in the video. So don't be afraid to reach out. And also, I'm happy to announce that our first giveaway was a successful giveaway. We really appreciate the people that went to the live, show us some love, watch us play some matchups. Shout out to the winner, Strive Gaming, man. So happy for you. He's one of our main guys from the community. But we're happy to announce that once we reach 400 subscribers on YouTube, we're gonna be giving away another one of this for you guys. So last time it was only like 20 something comments, so the chances of winning one of this is high, guys. So we're gonna make another video with the details, but make sure you subscribe and you turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out the details of the requirements and the shenanigans. Okay, so like I was saying previous in the video, I'm gonna do this in a different order because I want to explain you my take choices, how I approach the meta. I'm gonna start with Skyline Engine because it's so strong. I play 4 Shuras. Amazing card. The reason I play 4 is because all the cards that I'm going to show you right now, you can search them. My goal with this build is to be consistent against the meta. All the meta decks, why they're good, because they're really consistent with the strategy. So I wanted to make my strategy as consistent as possible. So this version is a control deck. It's a control Enel build, and I will walk you through it. So I play 4 Shuras. It's an amazing card. I can get to search the 2-cost event. Really good when it's in your last life and you can just go back to 2. It's really good. Keep in mind that if you don't have no cards to discard and you haven't done your leader fed and this is your last life, you go back to 2 without discarding nothing, because the discard is like after the fed, so you don't have to discard. It's not like a main requirement. So this is a broken card that you can search with Shura. I play 200 Millions Balls Amaru. Guys, this card right here, we used to use them to close the game out. But right now I use it more as a offense. Like for example, I'm going back and forth. Like I say, we want to control the board with this build. So sometimes my opponent has a 4 less character active. I rest his character and I go for that character. Swim 7 or 8 to that character. He's either going to give me 2 cards, 2Ks, or 2 and 1. And at that point I'm winning because it works towards my strategy, because I'm eating your hand, I'm eating your resources. And keep it in mind, all these cards that I'm showing you, you can search with Shura. And remember, this is a free trigger from life. It's in your life, activate trigger, you play this card for free. Insane. This card, guys, it is so broken. You don't get to use it every game, but just the fact that with 4 dons, you can play an elf from trash, a 7k that you can protect it once per turn if they're gonna try to remove it with minus or KO effects. So that is insane good. And the trigger, guys, draw 2, discard 1, that is insane. Guys, soon to be banned, but we still get to abuse this card, Reject. Be able to kill a 5 or less, same thing. I don't think on my 9 rounds that I went undefeated, I even once used this to go for game. This is more for control the board. Oh, you have a kid, you have a queen, you have a Sabo that doesn't have the protection anymore, he's going down. The next card right here, guys. Like I said, I'm sorry, I sound like a broken record, but you can search this card too with Shura. Insane. So for 6 costs, you get to KO one to your opponent characters, and then it's just insane, guys. Be able to KO anything on the game is game changer. I don't know why they give this card to yellow. It is insane, guys. Forget Datsu. Forget Datsu, guys. Like I say, if you can see here, all these cards right here are using to control the board. So this is the goal for this deck. Get Datsu, amazing. You starve Law, you starve Saka, you put Gecko at 4, you starve in the whole game. And every time you play this, you establish a 5 cost, 6k body. That's gonna kill something on the board. That is so good, guys. For Satori, another card you can search is a 2k. Guys, the way I play the game, I barely do this from trigger. Even if it's on my trigger, I barely active the trigger because I need to manage my resources the perfect way. That's my only chance against the meta. Because if I get greedy and I start triggering this, maybe I'm discarding cards that I might need for the later in the game. So I'm really mindful. The only way I feel comfortable doing this, like careless, I'm going for game and I just want to have an extra body, so my numbers going for game they're kind of easier. Guys, another card that you can search, Enel, the 7 cost Enel, insane. Be able to just pay 7 attack. Guys, be mindful against the black decks. You gotta be really smart. And don't fall in love that because you play these Enels that, I'm gonna play him and I'm gonna attack right away. If your opponent has nothing rested, a lot of times I play Enel and I don't swing. I just play him, try to remove it. Because sometimes they have a Gecko or they have ways to minus him or try to remove it. I just do Trash Alive. And then now the Gecko cannot even swim at him because he's not rested. So you gotta keep that in mind that sometimes against black decks that likes to remove, you just play him, you don't swim, you don't have to. Now if they have a 5 or another or Sabo or anything that it will be value for you to remove it, then you swim. But just because now it comes the nice part. The Yamato combo. It is so nasty because I will show you right now 2 of the most nasty combos that I do in the late game against the meta matchups. So, like I said earlier, okay, so I play 4 Yamatos. It's the reason I starve all my opponents, I starve them. There's a few matchups like Karakuri, even the mirror match. You kind of starve them, but you want to go more aggro against Karakuri. Because if you do the starve game against Karakuri, you're going to have a hard time when they start dropping those 10 drops. So against Karakuri specifically, you want to go aggro, control the board, but you're more aggro. You play the ace, you play the nails more often. You just want to control the board and be aggro. Because if they're comfortable in life and they have good hand size, when they start dropping the 10 drop, you're in a hard spot. So play 4 Yamatos, because for the most part, you leave your opponent at 3 life. Every time you play a Yamato and you have at least 1 life, you're gonna heal and you're gonna kill a 4 less. Make sure you kill before you heal. That's the way it works. Because some players, they will say, oh no, you heal, you cannot pop anything. Because the right sequence is you KO a card, and then you heal. So keep that in mind. So I will show you the nasty combo, a really broken combo that I use against Gecko, Sakazuki, and Law. So I play 4 Namis. I love this card because I get to abuse it so many different ways. So for example, I can play, let's say I have a Enel, I have a Karakuri on board already, a Yamato. I play this card, I give one of my bigger characters Banish, I swim alive. My opponent's either gonna take it, block, or over counter. It's a win-win no matter what. So, and then you follow it with Karakuri. I play 4 of them. Because this combo right here, it is so strong against any meta leader right now. Be able to give one of your bigger characters Banish, and being able to, with Karakuri, heal yourself, go back to 1 or go back to 2, and then when they swing, 1 of their 5 or less are gonna die. So it is, I get to abuse this really often, and guys, it feels so good, so toxic. Like, I ain't gonna lie, this combination right here, it is insane. So I wanted to start with this. This is the bread and butter of the deck. I already explained why I play the Shura. I think it's a must. I can search all these cards, and this card, it's like I'm controlling the game early game with the Gedatsu, with the Rejects, with the Amaru, right? And then mid to late game, I start dropping Karakuri. If I need to heal you, I heal you, put you back to 3, put you back to 4. Then I play Yamato. I can kill a 5, 4 less, heal at the same time. And now, if you're swimming with your board, I'm going 9 to 5. Like just insane numbers. Then oh, I didn't see my Yamatos, but I have this combo. It's so good against against the 3 meta leaders, Ga, Gekko, and Saka. It's just so strong unless they play a Sabo. But at that point, if they go in the Sabo route, I don't think they're going to be able to remove, if you have 2 big bodies, if they play Sabo, I don't think they're going to be able to remove 2 big bodies. They just play more defensive, and they want to just, in worst case scenario, you go back, you add it to your hand at 1k counter. Alright, so now we're going to get into the other tech cards. These cards, you have a great argument that you can change them, play other tech cards, but so far these tech cards, they're being amazing for me. So I'm gonna show you. So right now I play 3 Flampe. This card is an amazing card early game if you don't see your searcher or you're looking for cards that you need for the early game. So for 1 Dawn, if they make you go first, it allows you to do something. Because right now, my searcher is a 2 cost. So I didn't, before this, I didn't have the best. If I go in first, okay, I take 1 down, pass, your turn. But now with Flampe, depending on the matchup, you gotta be really careful. Don't fall in love with this card that, oh, I'm just gonna play her. Because you need to keep your 2Ks in hand. You only do this maybe once per game when you go in first. That's it. Don't fall in love with that play because it can come back to haunt you. Because Enel is a leader that is really good, be able to heal yourself and that, but if you don't manage your resource the right way, you can die in a heartbeat, especially with Law, it's so aggro. So I played 3 Hiyoris. On my Undefeated tournament, I don't think I did this once, that I had to play her and heal. She's here just for those games that you literally need to stack a zero cost, you literally need to stack right here a Capone, because you're gonna die. But this, for the most part, is for a 2K. But the reason I play this card over Akikonoyo or Shirayoshi, these 2 cards, all the tech cards that you guys don't see in today, is because this card, I can control when I want to do this. Shirayoshi, oh, thank God I got it from life. Unless you like for me to pay 2 dons, lose a 2K, stack a Shirayoshi, I don't like that. To me, I'm just praying to God that I'm gonna draw cards that I need, or I love to base my strategy on I can control, no matter what's going on, I can control my outcome of the game. I know what I'm gonna do. So this, I barely use it, but it's there if I need it, and it's a 2K, amazing. So my last, I played 4 Capone. Come on, guys, it's the most broken 2K ever made for yellow. And it's just so good, guys. It's insane. So like I say, if you need to stack a Capone, you're gonna die. Okay, sure, play this. Like a good combo, you're in trouble. You are at 10 dots, you play this, you stack this, and you play Karakuri, you go back to 2, and then you're gonna draw 2K, and then you have a Capone to save your life, and then you gain another life. So it can come up. But what I'm trying to tell you is, that play, have it for emergency. Don't be wasting your 2Ks just because you want to draw another card, just because you want to do that nice effect. No, don't fall in love with that. This is not the goal for this deck. The goal for this deck is to be consistent at controlling your opponent board, playing big characters that can also control the board, and heal yourself in the process, and then ultimately you're going to outgrind your opponent. And then, guys, I played 3 A's. This is a card that I barely play it, but I play it to win for games. When, let's say I have an Enel, a Yamato, I have 3 big characters on board, right? I can do this, bring back an Enel, swing for 7. I can pay 5 dons, swing for 7, and I can attack 6 with my leader. Or I can, for 6 dons, I can swing 8 with this, and you can math your opponent out. For example, I was playing an amazing match with Uta. I have full board, he had 3 Luffys, I start swimming big, I swim 6 with Enel to bait his last Luffy. He fought for it, and then I swing 9 with this. It was GG's, he didn't have the counter. So this card right here is just to get my opponent out of guard. I'm talking about specifically against Law, Gekko, and Sakazuki. Like I say, other matchups, mirror match, Karakuri, this is okay to play earlier. Also, I noticed, guys, that no matter the matchup, you rather play this always over this when you have 7 Dons. Because on your 5 Doms, you rather play Gedatsu for the control aspect. And your 7 Dom, you rather play this than play this and maybe swing 7 with your leader, because this is hard to remove. Now I'm gonna walk you through 4 matchups that I faced the most through my 9-0 journey. Before this, I was testing the home holy combo. I was testing the Sabo, the one that comes in the Three Brothers deck, the one that on play you trash a life, you KO a 5 or less. But I ended up removing those cards because it's like I say, and like Shirayoshi, I also tested it. I also test Kikonoyo. I also test the 5/6 blocker that you get to bounce this to life for the Kikonoyos. But sometimes those cards were too slow for me. Sometimes those cards, they would be like, you draw Sabo late game, you are 1 life. If you do the Sabo effect in your turn, you don't get to heal back. So you're just nagging. So that's why I don't play those kind of cards. They are amazing cards depending on your build. But for this build specifically, all these cards, they work together and they're so consistent. I play a lot of Geckos, I play Sakazuki, I play a few Laws, and I play Uta, and I play mirror matches, and it pushes the work, guys. So now we're gonna start with Sakazuki. So for the most part, keep it in mind, it will be the same strategy through all those matchups, because that's what I build, a consistent strategy that works with most of the meta decks. So you starve Sakazuki, you're leaving a 4 life, you mulligan for your Gedatsu or your Sura so you can search them, and you just go for control board. They're gonna start swimming at your life. You wanna go low in life. Be careful when you are 2 life. If you are 2 life and you cannot put pressure on the board the following turn, defend and keep yourself at 2 life. Because if they have a big board and you go to 1 life and you have no way to clear one of their bodies or 2 other bodies with your Yamato and swimming with your board, you're in a tight situation. So be really careful when you go to 2 to 1 life. But also don't be afraid like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. No, I'm just saying, keep it in mind that you gotta be really keep in mind when to counter and when to go to 1, because Saka, Gecko, they can go Y any turn and they can kill you in a heartbeat. So be careful. So against Sakazuki, a mulligan for this. Great cards to have against Sakazuki the early game. When you start getting to the late game, then you want to see this, and this. And this killing the guys on the 10th of the turn, they don't have the Saba protection because they just play the Gecko, kill the Gecko, kill something 4 or less. And then if you have characters, you can just swing with your characters. It's a momentum swing. It is so good. Then late game, you can leave Sakazuki at 3 life. Always keep yourself at least at 1 life. And then you just do the Yamato loop. And then you take over. Why? Because if they're gonna start playing blockers, what are you gonna do now? You're just gonna go aggro to his life. You already put 2 Karakuris on board, you already put 1 Yamato. Yes, there's gonna be games they're gonna remove your characters, but they already did their job. If you control his board and then he waits his turn to play 1 Gecko and remove one of your boards, and then you remove that Gecko and then you remove that pressure, you're looking good, because most likely you can have Enel the following turn, you can have another Yamato, you can have another Karakuri. And like I say, late game, having your opponent at 4 life, you get to do some nasty plays. You can play that to late game, guys. Kill a 4 or less. That's insane. You can do like Gedatsu Rigid. You can do Gedatsu Rigid. That's insane late game. Kill 2 4 less than late game just because you were starving. Like starving your opponent it works wonders for you. Then all these matchups, they're 50-50. But that's the best. That's what you can ask for as a player, that you have a deck that if you pilot really well, you have a 50-50 matches, because you're facing the best of the best. So as long as you have 50-50 chances, come on man, bring it on. So against Gecko Moria, I just put in a 4 as soon as possible, leaving a 4 the whole game. If I put him back to 3, sometimes I play another Karakuri and bounce a Gecko, and overall it's the same. You're mulligan for these cards right here, the early game, and then the later turns, you start playing your Karakuris, you play your aces, you don't swim with them unless you're gonna clear a board, you play your Yamatos, and guys, give it a try, it works wonders. That's why I love Onami. Nami from trigger, it is insane against all these meta matches. 99% of the time, they're gonna have a lot of 4 or less. Early game, mid game, late game. Gecko, 4 or less, 5 or less. This is insane. And the loop that I tell you when I will show you the deck profile, that you can do this too right here. Play this, give this banish or give this banish, swing 7 with banish alive, and then you bounce this and you kill another character when they start swimming at your life. It's this insane loop, guys. And it comes down to who can outgrind the opponent. And the Enel effect, it is broken, guys. Be able to heal yourself. Like this build right here, is sometimes I feel like I'm playing black. But the difference against like a Black Gecko or Sakasuki, they don't have broken triggers that can heal you, and they don't have an effect that's gonna heal you in the late game. And they don't have cards that they're gonna pop something and heal you at the same time. So that's why, like, I feel like if you polish this deck really well, in some games you will have the edge just because they try to kill you, but you keep healing yourself. So it's just a broken effect leader, and I can't wait to get that ace. Against Law, guys, again, I'm same strategy. You're searching for your early control, and then you just keep playing your Yamatos, your Karakuri, and you be like, are you doing everything the same all the games? No, because you're gonna draw different. Your opponent's gonna play different cards, different games. You just gotta learn how to identify you gotta be really careful when you play this, when you play this, when you play this in the late game. Because you make one wrong decision, Black can stabilize the game and destroy you. I was playing with my brother Kobe Sierra, we were testing, and I was going full aggressive, I was controlling the board, but I got over greedy because I thought I had the game. And then he stabilized and he destroyed me. It was a sack against Enel. So respect the game, respect your opponent, respect the fundamentals of the game. So it might sound simple, in theory, or me explaining to you what was my strategy and how I did really well in 2 and 9 rounds, but between two locals, but it is a lot of decision making, guys, through all those games, because you have so many different options through the game, through the match, that if you make one wrong decision in the wrong time, it can cost you the game. So yeah, against Law, you start them, I heal them. Oh, you play the Sanji, okay? I get rid of the Sanji. Then I play Karakuri. I put you back to 4. I have used Gedatsu. I have used Yamato. And if you can, guys, the goal of this deck is to stabilize your opponent aggression and to control your opponent board. Once you can do that consistently, yes, Law can play 2 kids per turn. They can go really aggressive. But okay, I swing 9 to 5. Are you gonna counter that? You know, like at that point, you're just gaining. You taking the advantage out of their hand because you're starving them. They don't have a lot of cards in hand, and they gotta deal with these big attack characters or big cost characters. Against Uta, I think Uta is a contender. It can put the word. I would say maybe it's a tier 2, tier 1.5. Because Uta is so consistent at what it does, and it is so strong. Some decks cannot deal with Kit. Guys, I sound like a broken record. But like I say, there's a lot of decision making because you're not always gonna draw this and this. So what you do as an NL player when you don't draw these cards early? So what you do is you want to look for these cards right here. You just do Rigid, you just do Amaru, you play this, and now you get to play the Ace and the NL earlier. Because now you need to put pressure on the board with your characters, with your rush characters. The gameplay changes. If you don't see that, don't be aggressive to their life. Be aggressive to their board, because eventually you're gonna draw this. Eventually you're gonna draw this, and you're gonna draw this. So don't get scared. Don't be like, oh my god, but what happened now? I didn't see Gedatsu in my first 3 turns. Who cares? You're gonna draw one of this. Something you're gonna draw to put pressure. So just put pressure on their board consistently. You're gonna draw this. This is gonna be life. Because what happened if the first 3 turns you just went for board? It's gonna still be a 4 or 5 life, right? This is life, this is not dead. Then you play Karakuris, then you play the Yamatos, and it's the same game plan. It took you longer to get there. So that's what you do with those matches if you don't see your early remove. And for Uta, make sure you mulligan for either this or this. This helps. If you drew this, keep it. It's too good too early. But if you don't see this, risk it. But if you drew this and maybe this, keep it. Because if they play the kit and you cannot answer, it's looking rough for you. Because they're probably gonna have a bunch of blockers. And if you don't get rid of that kid one turn, I don't know why, but Uta players, they're gonna have the Luffy. They play that kid with a blocker, and then they play Luffy with another blocker. And then what you do there? So make sure these cards are really important against Uta. And like I said, guys, other matchups, let me know. Quick tip with new game, choose attack their board, play the Gedatsu, play your rushers, go for board, either hand, and heal yourself. Don't get cocky. And if you're not, if you think he's gonna kill you because they can play multiple rushers, then this card is a card Hiyori is a must in that matchup because you get to stack the Capone and this. There is worth it because they're swimming big numbers. New get swim big numbers late game. So this is worth it. Okay, I lose a 2K, but now I stack a 0 cost. Now he has to hit me like 4 times, 5 times to kill me. So yeah, so that's why, you know, like maybe some matchups, these cards, they don't have the most broken value, but in some matchups, it can give you the win. Again, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Hopefully, you know, the goal here is to learn, to share the knowledge, so we can all grow. Any ideas, better tech choices. Tell me things that works for you against those broken matchups, those broken leaders, the meta matchups. Let me know. I'm always open to feedback. I'm always testing. Sometimes we take long to bring updates to our list, even after new sets, is because we like to test a lot. We love to go to a lot of locals. I went with Enel like around 7 locals or 6 locals. I was like 4 locals. I went X and 1, but until I didn't win undefeated, that I know this works consistently, I was not gonna make a video for you guys. So this is well tested. Give it a try. You gotta have the right mentality to do really well consistently with this because it's like a control Enel. But hopefully this helped you. Again, thank you for the love, for the support. I can't believe we are about to hit the 400 subscribers. Me and my brother, we thank you so much. Always on the grind. More to come. If you have any ideas or any type of content you would like for us to make, let us know, and we look into it. We always here in the channel, we want to keep bringing new ideas, new better content, more content that help you guys. So our goal is to, you know, help the medium, the whatever, just help the community. So again, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoying this. I put a lot of hours, a lot of grind into it. So far it's working. So yeah, if I make any changes in the future and it works, we come back, baby, and make another one of these for you guys. So again, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. It helps the algorithm. It helps the channel a lot. And like I said, once we hit 400, we're bringing another giveaway of this. Coming soon, we're gonna make a special video with all the details, so to qualify for this next giveaway. And more surprises to come. We can't wait to announce more. And love you. Take care. Peace out. It's your boy Brainless. So take care. Okay, ya te cabrón. You swim 9 to 5. You swim 8 to 5. Are you gonna call?